Hi everyone, my name is Khoury, and this is my story. My story of my relationship with Jesus is nothing special. It's nothing life-altering. There was no aha moment. I was always a Christian. I grew up in a Christian home with two loving parents who really showed me the love of Christ. We went to church every Sunday. I went to Bible study midweek, called Breakout at the time. Something I always did. But that's the thing. It became something I always did. It became routine. It became part of a checklist. My relationship with Jesus was something that I had just grown up with, something that my parents brought me up with. It was family values and morals that they had instilled in me from a young age. But if I'm being honest, I really didn't have another reason aside from it's just what we did. And that part became evident when I was in high school. My youth group leader at the time, his name was Garrett Breland. He had one of the most profound impacts on my life that anyone has had to this day. And it was in that moment during a group on Wednesday night that he asked a question that changed the course of my life forever. He looked at me and said, "George, why are you a Christian? Why do you believe what you believe? Why are you a Christ follower? Why did you choose Jesus?" And I looked back at him and had no answer. If I really thought about it, the reason I'm a Christian is because that's just always what it was. I grew up in a Christian home and went to church on the weekends because it's what we did. But George didn't have a reason for being a Christian. I didn't really ask myself the tough questions. I didn't really think about why I believe what I believe. And in that moment, I knew that my relationship with Christ had to be more than something I just checked off. It had to be something that I put effort into. It had to be a decision that I owned, a relationship that I pursued. And at that point, it wasn't like that. So I set off on a journey to really find out why I believe what I believe and ask myself the tough questions of who is Jesus? Is he who he claimed to be? Is this a relationship and a religion that I claim to be a part of? And if so, why? And so through that journey, I found a book called Liar, Lunatic, or Lord, written by Josh McDowell. And in that book, it talks about the three characteristics that potentially could have been Jesus. Either he was a liar, he was a lunatic, or he is who he claimed to be, which is Lord. And if we break it down, he couldn't have been a liar because that would have blatantly disregarded everything that he was teaching and contradicted everything that he was saying. He really couldn't have been a lunatic or a crazy person because the things that he was saying were way too complex for someone who's crazy, which leads us to believe that he is who he said he was, and that is Lord. At that point in time, I now knew that this was something that I believed in. This was a relationship that I wanted to pursue. And in that, it takes a lot of effort. It takes time. It takes many, many days of reading and delving deeper into the Word and figuring out who this guy is that is Jesus. Who is our Lord? Who do we believe in? Why does he even love us as much as he does? And why did he do something like die on the cross for little old me? Those are the questions that you have to ask. And since answering those questions, my heart has changed because I want to be able to provide people with the answers that I was seeking as a young person. That's where my heart is now. My heart is for young people who come to church and want to know what this is all about. That's why I volunteer on the weekends. That's why I help lead a small group during the week so that I can help people grow as much as Garrett Breland helped me grow when I was in high school. So my question to you is, why do you believe what you believe? Why did you choose Jesus? Why do you claim to be a Christian?